And I'm going to bring you a scoop, an inside scoop that you are getting straight from the horse's straight from the horse's mouth. It is about what really happens at natural bodybuilding contests. What really happens at natural bodybuilding contests? Yes. And I'm here, former 2007 INBF, International Bodybuilding Federation, first place middleweight winner. Yes, in 2007. In addition, I was at the World Championships in 2010, where I placed third in the mass overall masters. I placed fourth in the open middleweights. Yes. I also won the overall masters in the INBF 2011 Mr. America. I also won the open light heavyweight in the 2011 INBF Mr. America. I won 3 WrestleMania open division titles. I won the middleweights at the Mr. Jones speech, yes. One of the competitors who won his division at Mr. Jones speech. And but we're talking about natural, specifically what happens during natural bodybuilding contests. Let's dive right into it. The first thing is eating. Yes, all the competitors are looking for food. More food, more and more food. And they're asking each other, what should they eat? Because me, for example, I wasn't a big eater. I have gastritis. I have intestinal issues. I really couldn't eat. And that's the truth. No, never. What does that look like to you? Does it look real? That's the only question that needs to be asked. Does this look real? And why has my muscle endured the test of time? Since 2007, when I started winning natural bodybuilding competitions, my muscles have stood the test of time. So that is the question right there. No. Okay, so here. Okay, here. Here's the thing. People look for food at natural bodybuilding contests. I couldn't eat, like I said, I had intestinal issues, gastritis, so all I could have, get this, is a little bit of flaxseed oil, Pedialyte, a little bit of protein powder, blackstrap molasses, and everyone else, or most of the people around, was eating a lot. They had their plastic containers. Sorry, I need water. I drank too much green tea. It's affecting my stomach. Green tea contains tannins. Tannins are used as dyes. So perhaps that's what's affecting my stomach, the tannins. Anyway, I'm not crying. It's just a watery eyes from stomach irritation. Okay, so here, all the competitors at the natural bodybuilding shows had the containers full of chicken, sweet potatoes, rice, you name it, snacks, and there I was, no food. That's one of the things that, and pizza. Oh, pizza is always at the bodybuilding shows, in the natural bodybuilding shows. What kind of pizza? Everyone had that pizza connection. You can be sure of that. Everyone had the pizza connection. I didn't have any pizza connection. What I know. I traveled a lot, and I didn't know any places to eat. But the local people had an inside job. They had inside information on where to get food to eat. And come sailing in the hero sandwiches, spaghetti, pasta, everything. Not for me. Okay, what is the other thing that happens at natural bodybuilding shows? Pumping up. Yes, pumping up. And there I am, trying to pump up my muscles. And somebody is right behind me, and they're pumping up. And they're waving their arms. And they're doing this, they're pulling their elbows. I don't have any room to pump up. I gotta think I'm being pumped up. I have to pump myself up with my mind. Meanwhile, the guy behind me is doing all kinds of movements behind. The guy to the side of me has a chest crusher, and a chest back expander, and this and that. You think the gyms are crowded? You better go to backstage at a natural bodybuilding show. So what is the next thing that happens? Tanning. Everybody slapping up, slapping on that tan. And that stuff, you could smell tanning from a mile away. And I never had good tanning. Never did. But the tanning is always there, and you notice a bodybuilding competition. You could be a mile away from the event, and you could smell the tanning. You could smell the tanning lotion. So that's another thing that happens at natural bodybuilding competitions. And another thing, what is the other thing that happens at natural bodybuilding competitions? It is nothing other than bragging rights. Oh, I won this show. Oh, I was this competitor. Oh, I know this person, and I won that show. And yeah, I informed of this, informed of that. You know what? I still was sitting in my one spot, because when I went to all these natural bodybuilding shows, one thing that I learned to do is stay in one spot. Why? Because if you start walking around, you're gonna fatigue your legs, and then your legs are going to hold water. Your body's gonna get in shock from fatigue, and it's gonna store water in the legs. And no matter how lean you are, your definition in your legs will not show up. So I learned, so there I was, the eating, the tanning, the bragging, the pizza orders, oh my goodness. But I stood in one place, and it looked like a spectacle because, listen, most of the time I was there backstage by myself, right? Which leads me to another thing. The next thing that happens at natural bodybuilding shows is the coaches. Oh, they're coaches to the left and to the right, trust me. And nobody gave me advice. So was I competing against my competitors, or was I competing against the coaches too? I felt like I was competing against the competitors and the coaches. There were coaches everywhere. Oh, well, how do you know there were coaches? Well, it said it on the jacket, coach. How else would I know? How else would I know? There were coaches. And guess what? The other thing that happens at natural bodybuilding show, you're looking at one of the best natural bodybuilders in the world between 2007 and 2012. And I have the credentials to prove it. There is a website called Muscle Memory. Okay, write it down, Muscle Memory. It's a database for bodybuilding competitions. You just put in the competitor's name, and presto, not all of their competitions will appear, because the competitions that are there are the promoters offer that advice, and the promoters tell that website the bodybuilding competitions, and there are many promoters that just don't participate, but you still will find many of my major, most important bodybuilding competition wins. So, I'm not a big shot. I'm not claiming to be a big shot. Like I told you, I never had a coach. I didn't have anything to do at bodybuilding competitions. I didn't even have equipment to pump up. I didn't have a special chair, which that is the next thing that happens at natural bodybuilding shows. Everyone has a special chair. Yeah, special chair. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a rocking chair. That should be for me, right? A rocking chair for the grandpa. But yeah, everybody had a special chair. Indeed. And water. Oh, plenty of water. Natural bodybuilding shows they have gallons of water. Me, I'm lucky I have 1 gallon. 1 gallon of water. They had to last me the whole day. And if I wanted more, I had to buy these little bottles of water. I didn't want to spend all the money that I went to the shows with, because then I wouldn't be able to maybe make it back home. I wouldn't have a ticket for the bus because the water was very expensive. Except for the 2007 when I competed in the INBF Mr. New York State. They had everything there for free. They had rice cakes, Pedialyte, water, gym equipment. They had jelly, peanut butter. They had everything for free. That was a real classy show, the 2007 INBF Mr. New York, which I won the middleweight division. So, that's what happens at natural bodybuilding shows. But there's one more thing that happens at natural bodybuilding shows. Truthfully speaking, that is, or photographers. You turn around and you have people, and this is cross my heart, telling the truth. You have people on the floor taking pictures of you. And after they take a picture, they say, "Hey, buddy, I could sell you the picture I just took from you. You just took my picture without permission, and you want to sell it to me?" I told him, "Listen, I'm lucky if I have enough for the bus ticket to get back home. How am I going to afford to buy my own picture, which you took?" So that's another thing. But hey, natural bodybuilders would just love the pictures. They love the pictures. And there must be a does when I competed, day after I went to the website of the bodybuilding organization and typed it, very excited. I wanted to see the results, see if they had pictures. Yeah, they used to have some pictures. But sometimes they caught me at a bad moment. Like you're trying to flex like that, and instead of catching me when I'm flexing, they catch me like this. But, you know, they caught the most undesirable pictures that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I didn't even recognize me. How would you like to get a picture taken of you, like when your tongue is, like when you're tired and your tongue is hanging out and you're having the jitters? Yeah, they took pictures of me like that, and then they put it on the website so that everybody could see. Oh, well, at least I had the trophy to show it, the first place trophy to show it, make up for it. Oh, story of my life. I could never get a good picture for my show. But natural bodybuilders, they love their pictures. And they have the photographers all over the place. Oh, jeez. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So that's what goes on at natural bodybuilding shows. Yes, that's what goes on. But you know what? Throughout it all, I learned a very important lesson. It's perhaps the most important lesson. Just be yourself and act natural. Oh, man.